I am willing to intern. One of the books that a lot of people have read, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki of the Rich Dad companies, etc., cash flow quadrants, talks about that in his early formative days that he had found his rich dad, his buddy's dad, highly successful, where his dad was successful but just a high paid employee. But his buddy's dad was a businessman, entrepreneur, and so he wanted to learn from him. So the first Saturday morning, he just had him start working, sweeping in the store. And he swept all day, and that was about it. And he sent him home, didn't pay him nothing. Of course, his dad was very mad. And then he went back and did it again and repeated the same thing and stuff. And finally, I don't know if it was a day or 2 days or whatever, finally he said, I'm not doing it anymore. You told me you're going to teach me how to be rich. You're going to teach me how to, and all you're doing is just got cheap unpaid labor. He says, congratulations, that's your first lesson about, not working for money, not working for pay. So, long story, Robert had over his history, he's been willing to work for people just to learn the knowledge from them and not be paid. That is the point of that story and many others that he did. He talks about wanting to learn gold from a highly successful man about a business about gold, and the guy tells him, jump on a plane, go check out a gold mine. And Robert does on his own dime. And the guy was utterly amazed because he said most people either want, free knowledge, free information, take you out and pick your brain, or money. But he was willing to work and learn. And in that internship is that proximity, that you're close to somebody, that you start to develop trust and accountability. That is a big part of what that is. And it's not necessarily lessons that they teach. They don't say lesson one, but it's just that ongoing observation of watching them, how they conduct themselves, how they interact, how they handle situations. And that was what Robert learned with his rich dad. He was around him all the time and seen how he talked to his bankers and his businessmen and all these people that were actually very, very much more smarter than him. But he, that was the observation, that he was willing and able and to have all these smart, successful people, in their professions, get around him as, as his mentors, as his counselors, as his, quote unquote board of directors. So he's seen those things, but it was that observation. Now, if he just would have told him, it wouldn't have been near as impactful. But that's what mentor or internship and willing to trade, because it was a he got paid in knowledge, he got paid in insight and wisdom instead of just money, because that money would have been spent a long time ago if he was just working for work. But he gained that knowledge, and with that knowledge you can go on to do other things. So that is the reason, the power of internships, or seeking out others. And then it's not just telling somebody, hey, I want to sit at your feet and just walk around with you. It's that willingness to exchange, bring value to the table. Here's the things that I can do or willing to do for you. Would that be reasonable? Those kind of things. So have that willing spirit of service first, and prove to them that you are sincere. So have a great day. Stay great.